you single? 35? You ain't got no kids? You crazy?
Why you keep calling me back?
Good afternoon, people. You already know what it is. We back with another one. We on the couch, baby. We back on the couch. Okay, shoulders. Okay, shoulders. Okay. It is your girl, Big Body Butter, aka Shay. And if you are here for motivation, inspiration, self-care, self-love, and all about becoming your her, baby, this is your page. Girl, if you don't like and subscribe, tap that button, like and subscribe. We already 5 episodes in. Let's talk about it. Am I a YouTuber? Am I a YouTuber? I think I am. I'm so here for it. But anyways, let's get into our drink, because y'all know when we get on this couch, we have a drink. We have the no alcohol Zellage, and it is a rosé, and we are definitely going to try that today. So let's get into it. Ooh, this is like real champagne. Oh, I'm here for it. Okay. Okay, rosé, no alcohol. Okay, let's do it. Cheers. So this is my first time trying this. I never tried this before, and I got this right in CVS. Frugal Mommy. Y'all already know how I do. Okay, so I got this right in CVS. So let's try it out. Ginger ale. It's basically ginger ale, but it's good. I like it. It gives. It gives. Okay, so let's get into it. So as y'all saw the title, singleness. Let's talk about the power of singleness, because you know what society is going to tell you. I hear it all the time because I have been single for almost 4 years. My last time I've been in any type of situation was in 2021. So next year makes 4 full years single. But me as a girl and a lover girl that I am, all my relationships are long. So even throughout my 35 years, I literally only had 3 relationships. I don't play, because I'm a love hard. I feel like I'm going down the aisle every time I'm in a relationship. I'm just one of them. And when you know you one of them girls, you got to be real careful with your heart. But society will tell you, girl, why you single? 35? You ain't got no kids? You crazy? Like, what? Do I have to be crazy? Do you have to be crazy to want to date yourself? Do you have to be crazy to know your stats and know your worth and know your standards and refuse to settle on anything less than what God is going to give me? I got to be crazy to want that? What? That's like people who talk about people who's crazy to not drink alcohol. Oh my God, you don't drink alcohol? Oh my God. Did you go to AA meetings? I'm choosing not to drink poison? Is that a bad thing? Or like if you're eating healthy, you always on a diet, always want to eat healthy? Because I'm choosing to eat better food and better myself? I'm crazy? We gotta stop with society's stats and standards and what they make it seem, because they want us to be a fallen culture. That's what we not doing over here. Not Miss Sharon daughter. It took me up to basically my early 30s to actually realize the power of singleness. As y'all know my testimony, when I was 29 years old, I flew my own self out, self-love trip, started my self-love journey. And if you ain't watched that yet, make sure you watch that self-love journey or my testimony when we talked all about the tea. So I started realizing my singleness and me about to live in my singleness card was going to be coming sooner than I thought. And then when you realize the power behind being single, you really look at things completely different. You got to understand what's the stats of today. Let's get into the stats. Forbes literally says, and we're going to drop it right here in front of you. Forbes says 69% of women initiate divorce these days, compared to 31% of the men. And now the divorce rate is 41% in 2024, and 43% of people who are married regret even being in a marriage. So what are we doing here? 41% are getting a divorce, 43% are regretting to be in the marriage. So what is going on to the point that we are still having these stats? Why everybody don't want to get married no more? Why is marriage is not working? Because the foundation of every marriage, of every relationship, is who you are as a single person. How are you working your single season? Are you making sure you are doing the work? Do you understand you, what you like, what you don't like? Can you literally sit with yourself and be alone? Or do you find yourself every time saying, I need somebody. I need somebody next to me. One minute you have a man, the next minute you break up in a relationship, and now all of a sudden you need another man. You just can't never be alone. Then the next minute, all men are bad, all women are bad, all men ain't boo, all women ain't boo. Now we living in a culture of men versus women. No, what about if we probably are picking out of our brokenness and we're picking people out of our past scars instead of actually living in our singleness? If we actually used our single season right, we will be able to see the red flags. But how can you see the red flags if you always humping on somebody, on him or her? You're doing this and you're playing house over there, you're playing house with that. By the time you're already in a soul tie, and then later on that red flag is gonna look pink. You can't see red flags worth for nothing. And that was me. I couldn't see red flags for anything. Why? Because I was thirsty for other. I was thirsty for something else to fill in a cup that I was only supposed to fill in myself. So at the end of the day, if you do not realize your faults and what you need and what you want from somebody else, you will continue to choose out of a broken place. You will continue to choose out of your old scar. And then you're always going to continue to point your finger at somebody else when it's actually you that really needs to be living and working and dating within yourself. Boop. And don't get me wrong, I was that girl. I was on literally every online dating site you can think of. I think the only one I did not sign up on was Tinder. And don't get me wrong, online dating works. It works. But if you're going to the point that you're just chasing to be loved, or chasing to find somebody to make you whole, chasing for happiness, chasing for the couple goals because you see it on Instagram, and oh my God, Tisha just got married last week. Why not me? Oh my God, I'm 35. Why not? And when you're moving in that intent to find love, you're never gonna find it for the right reasons. That's why single season, whoever you are as a single person is who you're gonna be with when you're married. Don't think, if you ain't got no control of yourself in your single season, you humping on everything that walking, drinking like a lush, doing everything that you shouldn't be doing in your single season, you think you're going to be able to walk down the aisle, say a couple of words, and you think that next day you're going to just completely change? You think the next day your partner who had no self-control, he's watching this, doing that, always flirting with women, you think he gonna say some words and then right after he say those words he's gonna be just a great man after that day? No, who you are as a single person is who you are as a person when you're married. Your character, who the person that you're building with while you're dating God, with no distractions, nobody on your back, nobody you have to feed to. This is the time you capitalize on that. You'll never, ever get this time again. That's why we have to understand, if the foundation ain't correct, then the marriage ain't going to be correct. The relationship ain't going to be correct. The friendship ain't going to be correct. You're going to continue to be choosing from an empty cup because you came to the relationship with nothing to give. How can you pour in his cup and you're empty yourself? How can he pour into you and he's empty? If both cups are full, all you're supposed to be doing is overflowing. You can't overflow and give over to others if you're empty yourself. To me, this is why self-awareness is key. And I didn't realize that until I was on this side of my journey. When my old me, when I was distraught, when I was overweight, when I wasn't feeling my greatest, how the world I think I supposed to have love? The 6 foot chocolate man that's giving all to me, giving all to myself. And I can't even give anything to myself. I can't get in the gym. I don't love myself. I'm broken. I have insecurities. But then I want a man that has this, that, 6 foot, high value, this. How in the world I expect to have that? We need to have that self-awareness, because that's literally what it is today. Women today are literally asking for things that they are not presenting themselves. How can I want my Mr. Right and I'm not even right myself? You literally have to understand that. Maybe I need to go to therapy. Maybe I have past issues from my ex. Maybe I'm bringing on baggage in every situationship. Maybe I need to really check on myself, and when it comes to my finances. Maybe I really need to just be with myself and by myself with my thoughts. So I know when a man asks me, what are you looking for? I will tell him with 2.5 seconds, because that's how I'm coming. But if I'm looking at social media and using social media as couples goals and not looking at myself, not realizing I'm bleeding from past scars, and all I'm doing is bleeding on the next man that comes over me because I haven't healed myself, and then I want to point the fingers when things get wrong. No, sis, you poured out from a broken place. You are still not whole within yourself. You ain't taking care of yourself. You ain't taking care of your weight. You still got insecurity issues. You need to go to therapy. You need to be by yourself for a while. If you can't see you and look in the mirror and peep that about yourself, how in the world do you think you can make the next person better? A woman only supposed to amplify her man. She's not building up a man. We're not trying to build a man and hopefully I see the potential in him, because that was me. I see a potential in you, and I would think I would ride you out, and I think I can change you. You can't change nobody. Whoever that person is who he is. Now, he can compromise, but at the end of the day, you cannot change nobody. You are who you are. So all what I supposed to do is amplify you. But how can I amplify the next person and I can't even amplify myself? I'm questioning myself. I got insecurities myself. I'm overweight. I can't get things together. I don't know what my next step is. I don't know my 5-year goal, but I think I'm supposed to have a man. You want to be on every single online dating site looking for a man and looking for Mr. Right couple goals, but can't even be by yourself? Sis, get with it. But you got to be real with yourself and have that self-awareness with yourself for you to really sit down and be like, I made that choice because I was broken. And I just wanted to feel whole through somebody else instead of trying to feel whole through my own self. I was looking for somebody else to pour in my cup instead of pouring into my own cup. I was looking for somebody else to give me and help me and teach me when I only was supposed to be able to teach myself that and just be able to present myself when he came. That's self-awareness. And it's real. With self-awareness, you really have to ask yourself some deep questions that only you can answer. And only you can answer that when you're really in tune with yourself and you're alone with yourself and you really checking you on you. Because nobody can check you but you. Nobody walks in your shoes but you. You carry you everywhere you go. So you know you like the back of your hand. So you need to be real with you. So you need to ask yourself, the man I'm asking for, would he date you? Hello. 6-figure, high value, got this car, in this apartment, presents this, no kids, da-da-da-da. That type of man, he dates you? All those things, do you bring that to the table as well? Ask yourself these questions. You need to be real with you. Men asking for a traditional woman. She need to be a traditional woman, submissive, cook clean, and that's absolutely fine. But are you a traditional man? Are you the type of man that can just break something and fix it again? Can you go outside and if my car catch a flat, you can get on your hands and knees and fix a tire as a traditional man? Are you that guy that you're requesting for that woman? Let's be real. You have to ask yourself and have that self-awareness. Am I a flexible person? Because every 5 to 10 years we change. That's just life and that's just growth. I wasn't who I was when I was 30. I wasn't who I was when I was 25. I wasn't who I was when I was 20. Literally every 5 to 10 years we're changing. Are you flexible? Do you know that he might not be him in the next 5 to 10 years? And if he grows, are you willing to grow with him? Are you willing to jump on those new ships or that new thing he wants to do or become that new woman? Are you willing to grow and be flexible with your partner while growth in life happens? These are the things we literally have to ask ourselves instead of asking what's your favorite color and how many 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures you're making. And those answers you will not find out if you're not focused on you and capitalizing on the singleness season. So with self-awareness and singleness and learning growth, how am I going to be able to do all this work if I have my man at that time? When I have my man, I'm split in half. I'm bettering him. I'm trying to amplify him. I'm working with him. I'm making sure he's good at the same time making sure myself is good. And don't get me wrong, let's say if I have kids, I got to make sure I'm a mother to the kids. Then making sure I'm there for myself, and then making sure I support my husband. You have to understand, this time of no distractions, if it's just you and your kids, or if it's just you by yourself, you will never have this time again. And this work will never be able to get done if there's distractions. This is why God says singleness is key. It says it in 1 Corinthians 7:7. Paul said, "But I wish everyone were single just as I am." He literally knows you're not ever going to have this time to date God and just be locked in within y'all two. You ain't never going to have time to just go outside and just date and meet different people. Find yourself, learn yourself, what you like, what they like, what you might need to fix on. That little temper problem you think ain't nothing when it's actually something. That little tone you have, that was me. I had a tone issue. I could be a little too alpha, sis. Bring it down. Nobody want to date another man. Okay? Bring it down. Sit in your feminine era a little bit more. I would have never realized that if I wasn't by myself. These are the things you have to realize, so when God tells you it's time, you ain't got to do nothing but show up. How would you know what to look for if you don't even know what you need? And that's a big, big problem. People don't even know what you need. When what you need is probably something from what your parents didn't give you, or something that you missed in your childhood. And that has nothing to do with your partner. Your partner can't fill up that void. So if you don't know you, how do you know what you need? In the beginning of my self-love journey, I didn't even know what I needed. But I always was requesting all these things from a place of just looking on Instagram or seeing what somebody else that, oh yeah, I want that. Oh yeah, I want that. You don't even know what you want. You can say that you want that, but you're not even putting the work in within yourself. You want a man that wants to work out, but you're not even working out, sis. This is what I was saying to myself. You want a man to be able to pay for everything. Your account is negative $1,000. Who are you helping yourself, but you want him to help you? What? You want a man to love you down and be obsessed with you. You're not obsessed with you. Every time you look in the mirror, you talking about something bad or something's wrong with your body or something this and something that, and then keep complaining about it and not fix it. Get it together. So how did I have the nerve to ask for that, and I wasn't even presenting that with myself, the person I'm with every day? You gotta have that self-awareness. Once that self-awareness comes, you're gonna realize, dang, this singleness is not alone. It's all one. That's exactly what it is. A-L for all, O-N-E for one. You're all one. You're not alone, because you're in this time that you'll never have ever again. And I swear, all of this goes back to the Bible. It all goes back. Adam, when God made Adam, he made him by himself first. He didn't give him automatically a wife. He made him by himself first. And the first thing he gave him was a job, which was to name all the animals and etc. Adam didn't say, dang, God, I can't do this without having my... No. Did Adam settle like, dang, let me just settle? No. He made sure he completed his job, and he was doing him in the garden, living all alone by himself, doing what God needed him to do with his assignment. He wasn't asking for anybody. He was just in the garden alone and doing what he needed to do. While he became himself in his singleness in the garden, doing what God told him to do, then presented his woman to him in his sleep. He wasn't requesting a woman. He presented it to him. Reasons why? While we're alone in the garden outside, dating, mixing, doing the things we do, God is going to present our person to us. But while we are in the garden, are we doing the work? So when it's time to present, we'll be able to make sure we can take on our partner with no problems. Granted, our flesh wants what we want. We're still human. We want somebody to hug up on us. We want somebody to be saying, hey babe, ooh, babe. We want that all. But what we don't want is to do all of that with somebody that's not even aligned with us. We don't want to keep repeating the same patterns. I don't want to have 5 divorces. I don't want to have 5 more relationships. I don't want to have none of that, which is why I'm not going to settle for just anything. I'm not just going to settle because I want to be loved. I'm not going to settle because, oh, I'm 35. Oh, you're in your late 30s. Oh, you should have somebody. I'm going to stop and settle until the one God says that's the one for you is for me. I'm going to capitalize on this single season. I'm going to realize I'm never going to have this time ever again. I was able to go to therapy. I was able to start my business. I was able to start my YouTube. I was able to get certified as a transformation specialist. I was able to do all of that while I was here in this waiting season. All you're doing is sitting right here in the waiting room. You're in the waiting room and you're doing the things that you need to do. So when God call you and they say, you're up next, you will be so full. You will be so ready. Your cup will be so full. You'll be ready to overflow on anybody that's coming. And that's the way you should be. You're not going out there with an empty cup, looking around, hoping that you're a pick-me. I'm not there. If I'm not presenting myself as the wife that I am, I'm not no girlfriend. I'm not no situationship. I'm not no little Monday, Wednesday, Thursday type of chick. I'm a whole wife. And I'm presenting myself as a whole wife. So when you move in a tent like that, you will show up like that to any man. So when that man see you, it's just effortless to him to know, that's my girl. That's my woman. That's my wife. You're not lonely, sis. Just because you're in a divorce or you got through a divorce and you're single again, just because maybe you was in a situation, you had a child and now you back outside again, does not mean you're broken, does not mean that you're lost, not mean that you're lonely. That means that you're with yourself. You're in this one time that you will be with yourself and can pour into your cup so selfishly, so juicy, so full that all you can do is just overflow on everyone around you. Men, friends, family, and all. You can go outside. You can go and date and meet people. Collect the data. Literally, dating is only collecting data. Collecting data. Meeting new people. Going different places. Enjoying the moment while you're here in this single season. While you're here in this waiting room. You're never going to have this time again. You're never going to have this time with the no distractions. This is the time that you become the woman that you know God wants you to be. That you become the woman, that wife that when you walk outside, your light just shine and you just attract everything that's coming to you. This is your time to pour into you. Period. Forget your age. I don't care if you're 60. I don't care if you're 50, 40, 35 like me. I don't care about your age. Society made time. We made the time. We made calendar. We made a clock. We over here using our watch to measure God's time. Let's make it make sense. God don't know time. He don't know what a calendar is. His plan, his will, his time, his way. Enjoy you, boo. Reason why I say, do you, boo. Go out, have fun. Let's enjoy this moment while we're here in our waiting season. Let's enjoy filling up our cup. Let's enjoy finding the things that we love, being by ourselves, traveling, doing new activities. Let's enjoy this moment. Just like when God had Adam in the garden, he told Adam, eat everything you wanted. Eat the full garden, but one tree. We have to remember, it was just one tree of a full garden. That one tree represented boundaries, which means date, have fun, eat, Be joyful, be happy, and live this life I gave you. But make sure you have boundaries. Because at the same time, while we're dating and collecting data, we're not laying on our back for everybody. We're not just settling just because we want to have couple goals. We're not just putting our standards to the side, our morals to the side, just because we want to be loved. That date. And be joyful, because when God takes us out this waiting room, when God say your single season is over, your cup will be so ready at the rim to the point that all you can do is pour into others. All you can do is overflow on each other. All you can do is represent you the best way you know how to, because your cup is full and you're representing that to the next person that you will have a partnership with. It ain't nothing wrong with being single, sis. 4 years in the game, and if God told me to do another 4, oh well. At the end of the day, do you, boo. Enjoy life. Guys, y'all already know what it is. It is your girl, Big Body Butter, on all platforms. And if you have not followed me on Instagram, if you have not subscribed, if you're not hit up my Facebook page, girl, what are we doing? We are over here motivated, inspiration, and doing all the things we love here in our season. So guys, y'all already know what it is. Continue to be great. Let's be good. Let's be great, people. You already know. Let's get it. Later, guys.